Morning YouTube, this afternoon, evening, wherever it may be, time of day, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to a little chit chat as I'm out riding the old Fred Merkel RC rep for a bit of fun over on the coast. And I'm stuck behind loads of traffic, and it's a 40-mile-an-hour limit. I think it's a 40. It always used to be. I haven't seen any repeated signs for a while, but I'm going to go that it still is. Which is a shame, because this used to be a lovely cracking bit of road. Some nice bends, etc, etc. But anyway, I'm stuck behind traffic, and because this fairing tends to chuck up the wind in my face, this is probably the only chance I'll have of chatting, because otherwise the wind noise might drown the mic out, if you know what I mean. So anyway, I'm just out for a little ride down to Rye in East Sussex from my home in Kent, just to give this a bit of a blowout. I've not ridden this for maybe a couple of months. Oh, that wasn't national, they changed it. Look, it goes to a 40 here. Oh well, such is life. It's better to be on the side of err on the side of caution, rather than sticking yourself with a big fat ticket or a ban, because that gets expensive. Anyway, I just have to remember that on the way home, wouldn't I? So yeah, I was just going to chat today really about motorcycling and what motorcycling means to a lot of people, because I saw a really funny meme this morning. Just chatting now. Yeah, I saw a really funny meme this morning, which was no matter how bad your life is or whatever, you've still got a motorcycle. And to me that really rings true, because I've always had motorcycles, I think since the age of 16. I don't think I can't remember a single time I've been without a motorcycle in my garage, sometimes more than one. This used to be a lovely set of little switchy bends here. It was just swoopy, it was gorgeous. Then obviously they fucked it up and put a 40 limit in. But there you go. Yeah, but motorcycles, I don't think I've ever been without one. And you get a day like today where it's just glorious weather, and I just think, do you know what, I'll go for a bit of a midweek blast down to Rye, just to blow the cobwebs out and de-stress. And that's what motorcycles are to me. You know, they're a cruel mistress. We've all, I'm sure if you're watching this and you're of a certain age, you've all lost friends, relatives, injured yourself or whatever with motorcycles, because they are inherently a dangerous way to travel. But does that mean we don't love them any less? Maybe sometimes it does, but on the whole those thoughts seem to sort of drift away when you're back in the garage and you see it, and you hit the old start button and you listen to the exhaust pipe, depending on what sort of fruity pipe you have. And you know damn well that, you know, your mates or whoever, you know, look at the shit coming out the back of this. That's on test drive, my life. But yeah, you know damn well that they would have wanted you to carry on riding, because it's what they love doing, and it's it's what they were doing when they unfortunately passed. But that's life. You've got a start date, you've got a finish date, and it's what happens in the middle that makes a difference, and the difference that you can, make to your own life, and the difference you make to other people's lives as well. And that comes onto a video that might appear in the next month or two, but I won't go into what it is now. But yeah, motorcycles, especially if you're lucky enough to own more than one, and you've got a selection of bikes to take, you've then got a choice. Because I know some people, and I consider myself very fortunate because I do have more than one motorcycle. Some people have to make do with one. I say make do, blimey, you still got a bike, you still got two wheels, you still got freedom. It's not make do, is it? No, what am I talking about? Don't be a wanker. But some people have the one motorcycle, which for whatever reasons, just because that's all they want, because maybe that's all that their spare money allows, because let's face it, motorcycles these days, they're not really transport, are they? They are bought with a bit of spare cash to have fun. They're not generally used for commuting to work. So if you are fortunate enough to own a motorcycle, then if it's just the one, then you choose wisely, because that one bike might have to do an awful lot. It's been multiple years I've only had one motorcycle, and sometimes it's been a dirt bike, because you know, I've sort of not gone off of road bikes, but I've had more fun on dirt bikes. So the dirt bike has been my sort of bike of choice. But these days motorcycles are there for popping down the cafe with your mates. They're for scooting to bike shows, trips abroad, all that sort of stuff. So it may be that well, that's probably why the old adventure bike has taken off, because they are a bit of a do everything. I used to have a multistrada, which was obviously pretty rapid, 160 horsepower, reasonable chassis, but you could tour on it as well. I went around Europe with it with a load of mates. I went around Scotland with it. It's fantastic, but it is a big old heavy barge. But as I say, I am lucky to have more than one motorcycle. I do consider myself very fortunate, because it does mean that if I want to go for a gentle pot around the lanes, I can jump on something like my little Triumph 400, which I absolutely love. What a bike, eh? What does it put out? Well, I think book power is something like 39 horsepower, but I don't think they've been measured that. I think they're sort of more like 33, 34 horsepower. But it just goes to show it doesn't have to be a big fast motorcycle for you to have fun, because as long as you're riding and you're smiling, that's what matters. You know, I've got mates that have got a bit of everything. They've got multiple bikes, and blimey, sideways you've got Harley Davidsons. But hey, it's not what you ride, it's that you ride. And I think I have done another video with that title, which I don't know when that's coming out. I try and do a few videos, not at a time, but I try and do a few videos, so I've got stuff lined up. Right, let's see if we can sneak past some of this traffic, shall we? Because there's always cars parked up here, and it always causes a bit of a backlog. Obviously, you've got to be a bit careful when you get close to this bend, in case you get a lorry, because sometimes it's two lorries that are squeezing past each other. So what have we got? Let's roll it off and have a look around this corner, shall we? But yeah, as I say, it's oh, it's a big old queue. What is going on here? Where's the postman going? You just jump round that parked car. And we got a tractor. Right. Let's clear this traffic, because where I'm going to be parking is literally just up here, sort of 30 seconds away. We'll say 30 seconds away. It depends on the traffic, because there are a lot of people turning around. Yeah, literally just up here there's a little bike park at right. It was closed off for years and years because workers, they were doing some construction work on the, I think it's a drainage system or something like that anyway. So it's closed off for quite a long period of time, but it's back open now. So you do get a lot of bikes turn up, especially over a weekend. The roundabout, which is directly sort of the other side of the mini roundabout, which is by the parking space, there's a cracking fish and chip shop there. On the roundabout there's a good cafe, nice decent cafe, and then sort of across the road the other side, which you might not be able to see, there's a toilet block there. Sometimes I'm doing a bit of a guided tour. Yeah, just down there, there's another cracking cafe down there. They used to do some really nice cake. But anyway, this is where I'm going. I'm going up here to park up and get myself an ice cream. I can squeeze through the gate. We're through. You can see all the sort of various bikes parked up. So I'll switch off there and catch you in a bit. Third time lucky. I keep doing this waffle because I left right and I forgot to press the start button, and a couple of times I've done some waffle and it's been a total load of bollocks. So let's try third time lucky just to finish the video off, shall we? Oh. Anyway guys, if you're riding, stay safe. If you're not riding, watch crap videos on YouTube and all that sort of stuff. Let me just pull over because I don't think I've shown you this bike for a little while. Let's just park it up here, shall we? And then I can finish my waffle here, can't I? There we go, if you can see that. A thing of beauty. The old Fred Merkel rep. So yeah, guys, if you're riding, stay safe. If you're not riding, watch crap videos of old duffers flying around on stuff that just isn't very comfortable, really. And I'll see you on the next episode where I talk the usual load of bollocks, or maybe even turn a spanner or two. So take care, everyone, ride safe, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.